don't you rock it, feel? Why don't you feel, touch? Why don't you touch it, baby? It is a deal.
Lick it, why don't you lick it, take? Why don't you take, give? Why don't you give it, stop? Don't make mistake. Stop, 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 stop.
Why don't you feel, rock it? Feel, touch, pay, deal, rock it. Feel, touch, pay, it is a deal, rock it. Why don't you rock it, feel? Why don't you feel, touch? Why don't you touch it, pay, it is a deal.
Lick it, why don't you lick it, take? Why don't you take, give? Why don't you give it, stop? Don't make mistake. Lick it, why don't you lick it, take? Why don't you take, give? Why don't you give it, stop? Don't make mistake.
Rock it, why don't you rock it, feel? Why don't you feel, touch? Why don't you touch it, pay, it is a deal.
Lick it, why don't you lick it, take? Why don't you take, give? Why don't you give it, stop? Don't make mistake. Stop.
Rock it, feel, touch, pay, deal. Rock it, why don't you rock it, feel? Why don't you feel, touch? Why don't you touch it, pay? It is a deal. Rock it, why don't you rock it, feel? Why don't you feel, touch? Why don't you touch it, pay? It is a deal.
Stop.
Rock it, why don't you rock it, feel? Why don't you feel, touch? Why don't you touch it, pay? It is a deal.
Lick it, why don't you lick it, take? Why don't you take, give? Why don't you give it, stop? Don't make mistake. Lick it, why don't you lick it, take? Why don't you take, give? Why don't you give it, stop? Don't make mistake.
Rock it, why don't you rock it, feel? Why don't you feel, touch? Why don't you touch it, pay? It is a deal.
Lick it, why don't you lick it, take? Why don't you take, give? Why don't you give it, stop? Don't make mistake.
Fuck 27 girls in 7 weeks. Did a lot of drugs, 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 drugs. Fuck 27 girls in 7 weeks. Did a lot of drugs, 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 Fuck 27 girls in 7 weeks. Did a lot of drugs, 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 drugs.
I got a hangover, whoa, I've been drinking too much for sure. I got a hangover, whoa, I got an empty cup, pour me some more. So I can go until they close up, and I can drink until I'm toe up, and I don't ever want to grow up, I wanna keep it going, keep it going, come on.
Yes, I can. Doubt better leave. I'm running with this plan. Pull me, grab us in a bucket, can't have me. I'll be the president one day. January 1st. Oh, you like that gossip? Like you the one drinking that gossip.com. Now I got a word for your tongue. How many Rolling Stones you want? Yeah, I got a brand new spirit. Speak it and it's done. Woke up on the side of the bed like I won. Talk like a winner Manchester, that son. G5 dinner, US to Taiwan. Now who can say that? I wanna play back. Mama knew I was a needle in a haystack. A Bugatti boy plus Maybach. I got a feeling it's a rap. ASAP.
Sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. Get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling, yeah. Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. Get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling, yeah.
I got a hangover, whoa, I've been drinking too much for sure. I got a hangover, whoa, I got an empty cup, pour me some more. So I can go until they close up, and I can drink until I'm toe up, and I don't ever want to grow up, I wanna keep it going, keep it going, come on.
The mountaintop, walk on water. I got power, feel so royal. 1 second, I'ma strike for you. Diamond, platinum, no more for you. That adrenaline, never giving in. Giving up's not an option, gotta get it in. Witness, I got the heart of 20 men. No fear, go to sleep in the lion's den. That glow, that spark, that crown. You're looking at the king of the jungle now. Stronger than ever, can't hold me down. 100 miles gunning from the bitch's smile. Straight gang face, it's game day. See me running through the crowd full of melee. No trick plays, I'm Bill Gates. Take a G, it's the